Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Sticks and Spirits. Full transparency, we did this very podcast last week. We had static. We got all new equipment, and so we're going to give this a shot again. And the shot we're going to give is today we're doing Step Brothers and Trading Places, and we'll be drinking a Baker's No. 7 Single Barrel and smoking these beautiful Ashton VSG, which stands for Virgin Sun Grown. So let me tell you a little bit about the Baker's Bourbon, because we've done quite a few shows. We really haven't done a Suntory Bean product yet. And since they're the largest producer in the world, it made sense for us to eventually get to a bean product. And so I chose Baker's 7-year. It's 77% corn, 13% rye, 10% malted barley. That's the mash bill. It's aged at least 7 years, but each bottle has its own age statement because it's a single barrel.
Okay.
And so this one was aged for 7 years and 9 months, and it was barreled in November of 2016.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
The Baker's used to be a small batch. Now it's a single barrel. We're going to see if it's better and if we like it more. So let's give it a smell. Give it a nice nose.
It has a hot nose.
Yeah.
Like alcohol nose. Like a.
What's the
Yeah, but you know what? The funny thing is I can tell it's a
107.
bean product just by smelling
Just
it.
by smelling it?
It's hotter, but I can.
And 107 on the proof. Okay.
107 on the proof, correct.
Not 133.
Not
I'm
133.
Am I getting like peppery? Like.
I think peppery
notes?
is our favorite word.
I think it's more. I think it's more like baking spices.
Okay.
Than
Spicy.
pepper.
Not pepper. Spicy. Because I'm not getting a lot of sweet out of it.
No.
When I smell it.
There's no sweet. Yeah.
It's definitely lighting my nose hairs up though. Maybe it's because I'm in this class, not in the Glencairn.
Okay, a little burn.
That's the Kentucky Hug. I get some of the sweetness on the front of
Yep.
my tongue, but then I get a lot of that bacon spice
Yep.
on the back, and then on the finish, I get a little more of the vanilla. Vanilla goes away, and I'm left with oak.
Vanilla, yes.
I'm just left with oak on the finish.
I'm finishing with oak, a lot of it. And it's just that's what I'm ending my flavor palette with. It's just I mean, it's not bad. It's not one of my favorites.
I would agree with that. Now, Timmy, did you say what is the price point for this bottle?
The price point is right around $65.
Okay.
So here's
So
the
middle
thing.
of the road.
Knobs Creek makes a single barrel at 9 years. It's 120 proof. That I think is a better bean product than this is. It's not bad, but let's see how it goes with the Ashton. Ashton was founded by Robert Levine. He worked in the Holtz Cigar Bar in Philadelphia. A pretty famous place, pretty famous company. They ship all over the country as well. But a great cigar bar down on Market Street in downtown Center City, Philadelphia. And he started Holtz. He partnered with sorry about the lighter. He partnered with the Fuente company. And this particular cigar, it's a Sumatra seed wrapper with Dominican binder and a Dominican filler. Made by Arturo Fuente company, as I said. Consistently in the top 25 in Cigar International, consistently over a 92 rating. $14 to $16 price point on this.
I like that.
And of course, I usually get, as you guys know, the bigger ones. And if you get a Robusto, which is more popular for more people, it's going to be a couple dollars less than this because obviously there's less tobacco. Get this going.
Ooh, I like the flavors in that thing.
What are you guys
Right out of
getting?
the flavors right out of the
Yeah,
gate.
I'm saying as I'm catching up, I want to know
Little
what you guys
earthy.
are getting.
Little earthy, spicy.
Peppery? That's kidding.
No, I'm not getting a lot of that.
No.
Like, it's funny because you can definitely pick out the ones that have that Sumatra in it because they're very distinct in flavor. I don't know what the flavor is. I can't pick it out, but it's a distinct flavor.
I know what you're talking about.
Like the last couple, I think we just had another one
We
that
did.
had
The
Sumatra.
Sumatra wrapper.
And I was like,
Ecuadorian
wow,
Sumatra.
it's a very distinct flavor. I like it.
Yeah.
It's earthy, it's heavier, but it's not like overbearing.
It's definitely a full body.
It is.
Yeah.
This is closer to what I like to smoke too.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and as you said, heavier, but not overwhelming at all. Like it's not.
Yeah. It's a clean smoke.
Yes.
It's a smooth smoke. It's like, as Weiss would say, it's very smoky.
Very smoky. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I've not, as you guys know, you guys may not have heard. I understand they're great cigars. It's all about your own palate. but I'm not the biggest Fuente fan in the world. So far, though, I really like the way this is smoking. It's early, I know.
Ha!
So, well, as we work this and get back into it and see how the pairing is, let's get into our movies. Do you want to start with Trading Places?
Sure.
Or good, sure. Start with Trading Places.
I mean, Trading Places, great movie. It's just, for me, it's not a full-on, like, it's a comedy, but it's not the comedies that I like nowadays. It was good in its time. It has funny parts, but none of it, like, very few of it made me just kind of laugh out loud hysterically.
So we've had an issue with the old ones not holding up as
Yep.
well. I feel like this one held up much better than some of the other ones.
Yes.
But it's also, I think, showed me the difference between comedies that I'm going to like more because that's when I was growing up, and comedies today.
Yep.
Comedies today are just chock full of jokes.
Yep.
Yes.
Stupid
And-
comedy.
And comedies in the 70s and early 80s, there's exceptions, right? Airplane was just a gag
Yep.
reel the whole time, but
pulled it
most
off.
of them are funny stories. That
Yes.
the story is funny. Everything in Trading Places, everything about that is funny.
Yeah.
But there aren't those momentary gags.
Right.
There's a couple of good spots when
There's-
Dan
there's
Aykroyd
some-
tried to shoot himself.
Yeah,
There's some
when
He
he's,
couldn't do it. He threw the gun off.
when he's on the train or the bus or whatever, and he pulls the salmon out of the salmon
and then he's
suit and starts
eating in his
eating it, and there's hair and everything in there.
When
Yes.
Clarence Beeks got raped by the gorilla.
Yeah. Oh well,
Yeah,
the whole gorilla,
that's
every
pretty
part of
funny.
the gorilla
The
seems
gorilla,
great.
one gorilla, two gorilla. I mean,
Yeah,
whatever, just
yep.
send it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an entertaining movie, and I think I agree with you. I think that the definition of comedy has changed from back in early '80s when this was done to what we're more used to in the recent. And again, as we've grown and come accustomed to things, we've changed with it.
Yes.
But I think it still holds up as a comedy movie in a genre.
Yeah.
Like if you put it up against other '80s comedies, it's gonna fit.
Oh, 100%, yes.
It's funny hearing you guys say this. So I'm obviously the youngest here. Have never seen the movie. I actually had I really enjoyed it
But did you enjoy it as a movie, or did you enjoy it
Yes.
as a comedy?
as a movie.
Yes, agreed.
And that's what we were talking about. But there were still, like you said, hilarious scenes. But from the movie standpoint, I never was like, this is boring, or
No.
I wanted to know what happened.
It's a great concept. It's a great plot. There's some twists. I mean, I think it's a great setup and movie itself. But when you're going into how do you determine a great comedy, I mean, for me, it's all like, did I laugh a ton? Did I laugh hysterically? Was it
Yes.
gut-wrenching laughs? Do I quote it?
Sure.
How much did I laugh throughout it?
Well, we really only have one major quote from Trading Places.
And
Looking good, Lewis.
feeling good, really, right?
Well,
And we might even have that backwards. I mean, I don't,
Correct. You may have that backwards.
and for me, a couple of the
Looking good.
funniest parts of the movie don't, in today's day and age, we can't necessarily repeat those lines.
Agreed.
But let's talk about one of those lines, okay?
Okay.
So the brothers, the Duke brothers,
Yep.
are bad guys in the movie, right?
Yep.
Because they put an Aykroyd into the shitter.
Yeah, they ruined one life and made
taken
one life
Eddie-
better.
And,
Yes.
Right? But they're funny. Mm-hmm. Right? In some ways, they're one of the funniest parts of the movie.
Yep.
And so at the end, when Eddie Murphy's trying to smoke a joint in the bathroom,
swallows it.
and he swallows it, burns his mouth, they come in and they say, okay, I won the bet for $1, which
Right.
is one of the big
Right.
parts of the movie. Oh, $1. And so we don't want Winthorpe back. No, well, we don't want to let Valentine keep running. And they said no and dropped Denwood.
Yeah.
Which you can't do now, right? And I totally understand you can't do it. But I was thinking about it when I saw it because there's some shock value to it.
Sure.
And honestly, maybe it's a little less shock back then, but there's a shock value to it. But I also think that there was a purpose for it because they're funny and they're actually kind of likable.
Yeah.
And they had to remind you that these are bad guys.
These are the bad guys. Yep.
Yeah.
These are jerks. And what they're about to get done to them, they entirely have coming.
Well, and the spin at the end of, oh yeah, and they had what was the bet? I won the bet. Oh, here's $1.
Yeah.
And
a
then,
whole dollar.
and then he has the heart attack.
He goes,
And-
F him.
Yeah,
Turn
yeah.
on those machines.
You know, and I think that just speaks to it, and to your point, like even early in the film, and by the time that line comes up that you're talking about, but when they're in the club and gives the waiter $5, thought you forgot about your Christmas bonus, and then his brother's like, don't forget, half of that's for me.
That's for me.
He's like, and well, thank you so much. Maybe I'll go to a movie by myself. Yeah, it's like, so yeah, you get that they're cheap, but they. You know, it's all about the money for them. Yep. The concept of the movie, the story is fantastic. And you had Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd from Saturday Night Live fame, and
can we can't have a podcast talking about trading places without
Go ahead.
Oh, Jamie Lee and that scene.
A young Jamie
Gosh,
Lee.
she's sexy.
Yes.
In the words of Terry Hatcher on Seinfeld, they're real and they're magnificent.
Yes, they are. She looks great.
See, and that's watching that film. I told myself, like, if I was alive in the '80s, that would have been hilarious, and just it had to be one of the top movies of that year that it came out.
It was a huge hit.
Yes.
Let's go on to Step Brothers.
To your point, Oz. So when we're talking about comedic, so many one-liners and just dead funny. The storyline
sucks.
Thank you.
Sorry, the storyline is ridiculous.
No bias
Well,
from
it's a
that
horrible plot.
Yeah.
It's a horrible plot.
Comparing it to
But the
Trading
lines
Places.
and just how they just perform, I mean, that is their talent.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny.
And those two together
Are unbelievable.
they're such a good pair, and they feed off each other. And I know you hate Will Ferrell, or I know you do.
I know,
but
He hates it.
He
hates a strong word.
No, it's not. Not for you. It's not.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Hate.
Hate.
Really?
Capital H.
Aggressive. I dislike him in lead roles. I think as a supporter, like I can reference a lot of that he's really good at.
But there's also parts that you and we've talked. It pisses us off. Like if I had an adult child
God.
old living with me that still sleepwalks and puts stuff in the oven and falls downstairs or does stupid shit, I would kill him.
But then you don't have a movie.
No, you don't. You don't. But
I also wouldn't have a kid living with me at that age and sleepwalking in my house and destroying it.
And you don't have a movie.
that doesn't have a
Correct.
job. Yeah.
You're stuck doing a bourbon and cigar podcast.
But I mean, come on, the quotes and stuff are like
Keep subscribing.
The song of Boats and Hoes. I mean, I love
my
that.
favorite
I
scene
love
where they
that.
put on
Catalina wine mixer.
the music video performance, and then they crash the dad's yacht as he's getting ready to retire.
Yep.
And just the
Other than the
breakdown.
boat, Dad, are you going to invest? You just write us a check for $10,000, Mr. Dobeck.
Did you just put your balls on my drum set?
Did you trust my judgment? Don't trust my judgment.
Don't you do it?
Then,
Or-
did we just become best friends?
Yeah, right.
After he punches
Yep.
his brother, right?
Yeah, right.
After he punches his brother.
And then the brother's
then
wife-
and then he gets raped by the brother's wife for punching him.
And, I mean, come on, that
we
bathroom scene where
Oh.
she, having sex and then she just haunches her leg right up on the urinal.
See, this would be something I'm curious of from the production of that film. Maybe you guys know this. Is that them just, do they put those scripts and everything together, or is that just them performing, feeding off
be
each
either
other?
or.
It
and
could be
just-
either
My
or.
understanding it's a combination.
Yeah.
I mean, they have probably have a good guidelines or whatever, and I
Yeah.
bet you they probably ran that thing so many times.
Make sure,
and,
make sure you say this, and
Yeah.
other than this,
Yep.
Yeah.
have
Could you
at it.
imagine being the guy behind the camera filming them?
I'd be dying.
where Brennan's getting attacked by the dog. Like the guy, I would lose it.
Or
like,
them getting beat up by the little kids.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
worry,
gonna
I'm
leave
down
that
there.
white dog
Yep.
shit. I mean, come on.
Can we, and they go into the bedroom. Can we do bunk beds? We'll have so much room for other activities. You're 40 years old. You can do what you want. So,
You should have never let us do that.
it was a horrible idea.
Why would you let us do that? That's the worst decision ever. There's blood everywhere, and then it's just a scratch on his arm. It fits the modern mold that we've seen. Whereas Trading Places, I think kind of was on that line of trying to create that path that these other comedies could come from.
So I'd say it's not just a better movie; it's a better story, and the story is funny.
Yes. Yes.
Even though there are fewer guffaws
Right.
because they say something really outlandish and stupid.
And the actors are funny. I mean, those are a bunch of funny actors in their time.
Yes.
And
Sure.
I mean, they've done a lot of comedies that are funny, but if we're going head to head, I don't know. I just can't say it's funnier to me. It's a
Yeah, I get it.
better as in comedy. Yep.
You may disagree with us all day long.
Exactly.
But
And so far,
please-
we've seen that you do.
Yes.
from the selection of the movies to which ones we picked to win, hey, keep them coming. Keep the comments.
It's also a great entry point to, if you are enjoying this, throw us a like and subscribe to the channel. We are growing.
Yep.
We appreciate the support.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you very much. Before we do the official vote, let's get back to how are we enjoying the Bakers and how are we enjoying the Ashton VSG?
I'm enjoying them both. I don't know if I'd go out and buy the Bakers. Like, I appreciate trying it, but I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I like it, but it's not something I would go out and buy for $65.
And I'm not like trying to down it or like
Nope.
it's fine, but I think like you, it's not one of my favorites that we've tasted. Cigar wise though, this is nice.
But I like the flavor profile. It's just the combination of the rye and the heat just isn't right for me. It's good. I like it, but it's not something I'm gonna go out and buy.
so.
Hey, if I'm going to buy a Jim Beam product, I'm going to get Knox Creek.
Yes,
I just think
100%. Yep.
I agree with you guys. There's nothing wrong with this.
No, nothing wrong. I enjoy it. I
but
would sit here and drink it.
I can get so much for $65.
Yep.
But I would say that I've enjoyed it more since the cube is
Cube's melted?
watered down a little bit,
Yep.
colder temperature. It's much more pleasant on my palate that way, which isn't a surprise for me, I know. But in all, I mean, compared to the first taste versus now, I like it. Kind of similar to how when we smoke down a cigar, the first third, middle third.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, it changes the flavor profile. I would say that on this one, you might enjoy it a little bit more on the rock.
Like I said, don't dislike it. It's just not one I would go out and
But to your
grab.
point, Shiomi, I really, really like this cigar.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, interestingly enough, they're both fine. Like I said, this is fine. This is really good.
Yep.
This is not a good pairing.
No, and this at the price point that it is great.
I think this cigar overwhelms the whiskey in this.
100%.
A little bit.
I wholeheartedly
Yep.
agree with that.
Yep.
Yep.
Them on their own.
And that's to the good of the cigar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But it definitely
Yep.
overwhelms this pairing.
Yes, I would agree with that.
All right, well,
Let's vote.
let's vote.
I mean, I'm going Step Brothers. Surprise.
You know what? I'm gonna go Trading Places on this.
This was a much closer matchup after seeing the films for me than I thought it was. I thought Step Brothers was going to take this in a landslide. I am still going to vote Step Brothers from the aspect of I just laugh more and it's funnier, but I really enjoyed Trading Places. But Step Brothers,
This is one of the closest of the
This is a
elderly, the older movies, and it
Yes.
was one of the closest matchups that I think I had.
a perfect 4 or 5.
So far, this is the best of the older movies that we've seen. Now, we have some good ones coming up.
Yes,
We've
we
got
do.
Airplane coming up. We've
Sure.
got
Monty
Caddyshack
Monty
coming up. We got
Python.
Monty Python coming up.
Yep.
But so far, this is far and away the best of the old movies we've seen. For me, it's Trading Places. So we're 2-2.
While I thoroughly enjoyed Trading Places and I felt there were some very funny moments, even classic moments, but when the movie was over I found it a great movie but not a great comedy. Step Brothers on the other hand I found to be funny throughout. Quite a few laugh-out-loud moments and classic lines. If both of these movies are on at the same time, I'm watching Step Brothers.
So
Interesting.
Step Brothers wins.
Surprised by Mike going with Step Brothers there. I
Mike's young at heart.
For everyone except maybe for Oz, it was close.
But I like this part of it is that Shumi over here enjoyed an older movie. He had never,
Yes.
you'd never have a reason to watch it up until
Yeah, you
this.
never would have watched.
Yeah, this is
Man.
one you'd see in grade school.
So,
for
So-
multiple reasons.
of all of our matchups, so 2 of the older film, or my 2 favorites so far, have been Animal House and now Trading
Animal House
Places.
is pretty
Yeah,
good. I
Animal
forgot
House was
that.
good.
So, so those 2 as older films and comedies, I've really enjoyed both of them.
Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to get out of it. The entertainment value.
Yeah.
Both of them are great movies. Obviously, we're doing this in a different, way. And so, yeah, one's got to move on. Am I upset that other one? No.
No, it's close. It's close for me,
It's
too.
close, and either way, it's like, all right, we'll see what happens in the next round.
Yep.
When that goes up. So,
Well, our next matchup is Ted
Ted,
and
one of my favorites.
40-year-old virgin,
and
right?
40-year-old virgin.
is it
Are you
Not
sure?
Tommy Boy.
Not Tommy Boy.
foreshadowing?
Not Tommy Boy. Yeah, little foreshadowing about our next one.
Yeah.
So that's it for this time then. Appreciate your time. As Shumi said, give us a subscribe. And by the way, if you're following us on Facebook, thank you. Click the link if you don't mind. Give us a subscribe on YouTube because it really helps us to do more of these and get more of these out. We're having a great time. We hope you are too. Appreciate you. And until next time, keep your sticks lit, keep your spirits high. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.